This is Oklahoma's own 6 in the morning.
Well, as you wake up, you're looking at 2 chances for storms today. Alan has your latest hour-by-hour timeline of when they just might arrive.
Also, the breaking news along the Turner Turnpike. In the last few minutes, we have confirmed 1 person's dead in this awful crash on the Turnpike. It's closed in part of Creek County. We'll have more details on this semi that overturned and burst into flames.
Also this morning, we have some new details. It just may put an end to the merger talk between Williams and ETE. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to 6 in the morning on this Friday. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Rich Lund.
I'm Leanne Taylor. We're glad you're with us here on this Friday as we look toward the weekend with the Memorial Day holiday coming up. Alan Crone joins us to get you up and out this morning.
Yeah, an extended weekend. This pattern has been very bumpy for the last couple of days. Now, we had high chances for showers of the storms yesterday. A lot of folks missed out. We still have to keep a high chance in the forecast today because the parameters are still going to suggest that the potential is there. But right now, we're dry in the immediate Tulsa area. We did have storms last night just west of us, just to the north, and this morning they're to the south. Some of this is trying to expand in our direction. You can see some shower activity now near Oklahoma City to Norman. That's fairly light, but let me show you to the south. Heavy storms, strong to severe storms with this batch that's moving east and slightly northeast. So some of that might clip far southern Oklahoma later this morning. Our temperatures right now 70, south wind at 16, so it's a little warm and muggy and windy again. Hour by hour forecast. Low chances early this morning, but around mid-morning to about the noon hour, it comes up. We have to keep a probability in the forecast. Then it comes down a little bit early afternoon and then flares back up this afternoon and tonight. Now, some of the storms still have the potential to be strong to severe. Temperature 78 at noon and a high this afternoon of 82. Better news for part, but not all of the weekend. Details in a few minutes.
All right, Alan, let's get to this breaking news that we're following. We have confirmed at least 1 person dead after this semi crashed and burst into flames. This was along the Turner Turnpike near West 61st Street.
Joseph Holloway joining us live now from the scene now. And Joseph, give us the very latest information.
Guys, so again, that new information we just confirmed a few minutes ago from OHP. They're telling us 1 person is dead from the semi accident that happened here along Interstate 44. We want to step out and give you a look at exactly what happened. Now, this is just near 57th West Avenue, and what they're saying is that the semi was headed eastbound on Interstate 44, when their left tire actually ran over the wall and then caused them to fall onto Route 66 below. Now, that truck, it caught fire. You can still see much of the smoke here this morning as the fire crews were here just trying to put it out. They're still on the scene right now. Now, the outside eastbound lane of Interstate 44 is open, so traffic is through in that respect, but it is a little bit slower right now this morning. Of course, we're working on more details to find out exactly what happened. OHP, they're still trying to figure out exactly what caused this, but of course, we'll keep you posted on the latest information. But again, 1 person confirmed dead by OHP in this accident this morning. Reporting live, Joseph Holloway, News on 6.
And let's move on to other traffic and see if there are any other issues. You can see the IDL is flowing very well right now, and as we pull on out, you'll see that same situation. Although, you know, it looks like 44, we've got a little bit of a slowdown near that Oakhurst area. Be aware of that. Okay, the drive times look like this. The BA basically moving westward at about 60 miles per hour. Then Highway 169 Owasso to I-44, average speed 66 miles per hour.
A nearly $20 million rehabilitation project begins next Tuesday. It's going to have major impact on your commute. Let's check in with Megan Farley. She has details on the I-244 23rd Street Bridge project. Meg?
Yes, Leanne, this all begins on Tuesday, and it will impact traffic on the 23rd Street Bridge until early 2018. Now, the bridge goes over both I-244 and an adjacent rail yard. It's been hit 4 times in the past 2 years due to train derailments, so they're going to be working on this. Now, here we go. The first phase of work begins Tuesday at 6 a.m., so find alternative routes if you take that way to work in the morning. The westbound I-244 off-ramp to 23rd Street will remain open during the 4 months this phase is expected to take to complete. As for other routes to consider during this first phase, drivers will be able to use 21st Street South to 57th West Avenue, I-44 and US 75 during the main closure of the bridge. And to help with truck traffic, since there's a lot of them that use the 23rd Street Bridge, the city has repaved 57th West Avenue, where it connects to 21st Street and 41st. So we will have all of this information on our website, newson6.com. Megan Farley, News on 6.
All right, Megan. Today is the last day of the state's legislative session, and there still isn't a budget in place for next fiscal year, and it is likely won't going to be happening and won't be easy to pass anyway because of the opposition to what is being currently proposed. Dave Davis joins us live now with more on this. Dave?
Yeah, the state Senate, they passed it on Wednesday, so it's up to the House now to vote. But like you said, it's likely going to be a fight. Now, here's the thing. It largely spares pre-K through 12 education, largely spares state health care and the prison budget. But the proposed budget would hit higher education and other agencies with deep cuts, which is why Democrats aren't expected to support it in the House. And the Associated Press suggests that Republicans may not support it because of the $200 million built-in bond that would help pay for it. About 100 people protested the budget at the Capitol Rotunda yesterday, saying they wanted more money added to the education budget. So the budget bill, or appropriations bill as it's called, it needs 51 votes to pass the House today, and if it does not, then the state's Congress will have to call a special session. Reporting live in Tulsa, Dave Davis, News on 6.
All right, Dave, thank you for that. New details this morning in the struggling merge between Tulsa's Williams companies and Energy Transfer Equity. ETE has filed a counterclaim against Williams, asking a court to terminate the merger. The company says Williams has breached the contract. If the court agrees, Williams could have to pay ETE nearly $1.5 billion. Well, for the first time this morning, we are hearing the 911 calls from that bridge collapse in Oklahoma City.
Now, someone needs to come out here because May Avenue going north, it's broken. It's gone.
Part of May Avenue is laying in the middle of Northwest Highway. The May Avenue Bridge over Northwest Highway, northwestbound lane, just collapsed.
According to the police report, a truck hit that bridge because the boom lift was still raised on the truck from a delivery at Penn Square Mall. Police also say the driver did not have the proper permit. Officials say it could be months before the bridge is back open.
Now let's take you live. OHP conducting a news conference right now concerning this fatal crash on the Turner Turnpike.
It's on fire. We have one confirmed fatality. We have reason to believe there may be a second person in there. What we're doing is we're trying to contact the company so they can look at their records and see if this truck has a co-driver. And we are in the process of getting our assets in place, the wreckers and the traffic control arrow boards and the cones set up. We've got the Turner eastbound is open. One lane is closed. The Turner westbound is open. But if you're coming from Tulsa going to Sapulpa and you plan on getting on 66 Highway, you're not going to be able to get on it going westbound.
That's also known as New Sapulpa, right?
New Sapulpa Road, yes.
Okay. So what do we know so far about how this might?
Well, we don't know. It's under investigation. We had a witness that said he thought maybe he saw a blowout, but that might have been the impact of him hitting the wall. Right here, going eastbound, coming into Tulsa, there's a little S-curve, and we've had these wrecks here before. Drivers coming across the turnpike, it's 97 miles long, they get to the end and there's an S-curve, and maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, they don't negotiate that curve. And so we had a witness said he thought he had a blowout, but we're not sure. It's under investigation. He runs up onto the wall. He rides the wall. It looks to me like about 200 to 300 feet, where he goes over the wall at the point where the bridge is.
Now, what exactly was he hauling?
It looks like it is lettuce and strawberries.
Where's the company based out of, Dwight?
I don't know.
Hauling produce, though.
Mm-hmm.
How's the bridge? It looked like he was up against a support beam or something.
Anytime we have a crash like this, a high impact on these structures like that, DOT will come out. They'll send an investigator to come out, engineer, and they'll inspect the bridge and make sure everything's okay.
And you said the New Sapulpa Road here is going to be closed for quite a while?
Westbound going into Tulsa, yes. Yeah, and we're going to be here. It's 5 a.m. We're going to be here most of the morning until noon or 2, I would say. It's kind of hard to predict, but from my experience, it's going to be most of the all-day deal.
So people should alternate their routes then?
They should, yeah. And the other traffic is going to be fine. We're going to get some rush hour traffic coming eastbound where we're down to one lane. People coming from Sapulpa who normally get on at Highway 97, they might want to go another way, at least until we get through rush hour.
So the truck caught fire from the crash, right?
I can't hear him.
The truck caught fire from the crash? We don't know.
We don't know. I can't see him. If I look up, I'm blinded.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm blocking your light.
Anybody have anything?
So in the meantime,
We're just getting assets in place. The ME is either here or going to be here soon. And then we will confirm that we have some fatalities. We will do the recovery. And then at that point, we will have either sooner emergency or another mediation group come in and start cleaning it up like we do all of these.
Well, you got the kind of massive.
Okay, again, that was OHP. One person is confirmed to have died in this crash. They fear perhaps another person may be in that cab.
And that is going to impact the commute for folks there as they're near the Sapulpa area. They're on Turner Turnpike. We'll have more throughout the morning, but let's go ahead and move on to Alan with a look at the weather now. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Okay, we're kind of in between systems right now. We had one that bypassed the area last night just north of us, one to the west and south. We still have to keep a high chance today for showers and storms in the forecast. The parameters of the data is still suggesting the potential is there. And we have clouds right now for most locations. I've already expanded the view on the radar to save a little time. We're dry for the majority of it, but look to the west again. This is the leading edge of showers and storms located in Texas, but this is relatively light rain. Around the Carter County area, there's some storm activity that extends all the way back down into Texas. Now, this is a big batch of storms. Thankfully, the majority of this is sliding to the east. Some of it will try to slide later today to the east-northeast. So we have two opportunities this morning. One is through the next several hours, and then another chance late this afternoon and tonight. 70 now, south wind at 9. The dew point has dropped. If you guys recall, yesterday we had a really rich tropical air mass in place with 74-degree dew points. It's come down a little bit. 60s and 70s for the temperatures right now, and later today, upper 70s and some lower 80s. Again, two potential rounds, one this morning, then late this afternoon and tonight. There could be scattered showers and storms. Some of these may end up being strong to severe. It's May, it's springtime, upper 70s and lower 80s for your hometown. So hour by hour forecast, a low probability around the 7 o'clock hour, but shortly after that, between 8, 9, and 10, it's a 50-50 shot. Some of that activity to the south will try to spread a little more to the north. The chance technically goes down early afternoon, the temperature of 82, and then it comes back up around the 5, 6 to 9 o'clock time period tonight. Again, south winds, muggy, warm conditions, high today of 82. Severe thunderstorms a possibility. Now, some good news for most of the weekend, fewer storms, but there will be some. So if you are headed out to the lake or if you're headed outside for your favorite activity this Memorial Holiday weekend, just remain aware of your weather surroundings. The probability creeps back up again Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you, Alan. The time is 5:12. Again, we'll be covering this story throughout the morning. There has been a fatal crash of a semi-truck that burst into flames. We will have live reports for you throughout the morning.
Stay with us. Updating now our breaking news. We have confirmed at least one person dead after a semi crashes and burst into flame. This is along the Turner Turnpike near Sepulpa, near West 61st Street.
And there are fears there may be another fatality. That is not confirmed. Joseph Holloway is live now. Just got done speaking with OHP. And Joseph, give us the very latest details.
Yeah, guys, so OHP, they're telling us again that one person is dead. They have reason to believe that there might be a second person dead. That cannot be confirmed. They're not exactly sure. They're still on the scene investigating exactly what happened here. Now, again, it happened right here on Interstate 44. It happened near 57th West Avenue, near that exit. And OHP says that the semi was actually hauling produce such as lettuce, strawberries, and they were headed west or headed eastbound on Interstate 44 when the left tire actually ran over the wall, and it caused them to fall onto Route 66 below. Now, OHP was just telling us that a witness said that they saw a blowout. Now, that cannot be confirmed. They're not exactly sure if there was a blowout on the truck. They say that the witness did see that, or said that they did see that, excuse me. Now, the truck actually caught fire. You can still see the flame or the smoke here. You can still smell a lot of the smoke in the air. And luckily, you have fire crews who are out here just trying to battle that and keep the flames contained here. Now, one eastbound lane, or excuse me, there's still one eastbound lane that is blocked off. The rest of Interstate 44 headed eastbound is open. All of Interstate 44 headed westbound is open at this point as well. Now, Route 66 below is closed. The westbound Route 66 is closed. We're still waiting to hear more information as to the state of the bridge here as well in terms of the infrastructure. But, of course, again, one person is dead. We're still waiting word on if there is a second person dead, but OHP has reason to believe that might be the case. Now, we'll keep you posted on the latest information here throughout the morning. Guys, back to you.
Joseph, I know that we were listening to Oklahoma Highway Patrol officer just a moment ago, that the road below, New Sepulpa Road, that's a pretty big road. A lot of folks may be coming from Tulsa going into Sepulpa, Route 66 along that road. That stretch is closed. From my understanding, that's because the semis kind of been pushed onto that below the bridge.
That's true. Actually, the cab is up against one of the columns here along the bridge and then just off the embankment. So it's blocking quite a bit of the bridge. If you head that way every single morning, you're definitely going to have to find an alternate route, and that is what OHP is recommending to folks right now, because you're going to be they're saying that they plan to be here for a while, just figuring out what's going on.
Okay, there's a lot to do there. Okay, thank you very much. That's Joseph Holloway reporting for us. We'll get it over to Alan Crone right now. Has the latest on your Friday morning weather.
Okay, Rich Land, thank you very much. We'll keep you posted on the traffic issues there. 19 now past the hour. We still have some clouds across the area this morning. We are quiet. We're in a holding pattern. Late last night, we had some strong to severe storms that moved near Oklahoma City. They got just up to the metro and fell apart. We had showers and storms in southern Kansas. Tulsa, Muskogee, Pryor, we are currently dry and calm. But precipitation now advancing to the west and southwest of Oklahoma City. This is associated with a very strong complex of thunderstorms this morning, diving across North Texas. Now, the majority of this is moving east, but part of it will attempt to expand to the east-northeast. The top side of this may expand right along 44 or the 40 corridor, basically from Tulsa to the south. So we do have a chance this morning for some shower and thunderstorm activity. Then I think we have another opportunity this afternoon. So I've divided the day up here with two opportunities, two potential rounds, roughly between 8 a.m. and noon today. That's the first chance. The second chance would be between 4 p.m. this afternoon until around 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Within these opportunities, these windows of opportunity, not all locations across eastern Oklahoma will experience the showers and storms. It will be muggy and warm today, but not nearly as warm as yesterday. For example, yesterday's highs 85 to 86. Today, about 80 to 83 in the metro, including 83 in Bixby and 80 in Claremore. Your hometown temperatures upper 70s and lower 80s as well. The rain chances from 8 a.m. until about noon are roughly highest from 44 to the south, and the highest chance of all would be from I-40 to the south. Lower chance would be to the north of the Tulsa area. Now let's jump to 7 p.m. to about 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. The next chance for showers and storms starting to ramp up as a dry line is out to the west and scattered storms will develop and move eastward. Now let's go hour by hour. Showers and storms near the area this morning. And then you see that kind of move away. The temperature through the noon hour would be into the mid and upper 70s. The afternoon high today between 80 and 82 in the metro, and then additional scattered showers of storms attempting to develop out to the west and then moving into the area this evening. And again, some of those may end up being strong to severe. We do have the potential for that. Kind of scattered opportunities here in northern Oklahoma and a slightly higher chance for severe weather I-40 to the south. Also, far western Oklahoma this afternoon would have a chance for a couple of strong to severe storms. Temperatures right now in the 60s and 70s. South winds at 9. The barometer is falling. It's not quite as muggy as it was at this hour yesterday. Hour by hour forecast. Low chance right now, but around the 8 to 9 o'clock hour, it's about a 50-50 opportunity for some shower and thunderstorm activity. 78 at noon. 3 o'clock, slight mention for a shower storm, so we'll kind of dry out. And then between 6 and 9, the temperatures dropping, but the storm chances increasing. So 2 rounds potentially today. And then the weekend, fewer storms, warm and muggy, daytime highs in the 80s. Sunday, a chance for scattered storms. Monday and Tuesday, more storm chances. And then Thursday, the front finally pushes through. Lee, and that'll bring drier air for about 2 or 3 days. So at least we get a break at the end of next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much, Alan. We have quite a bit of breaking news this morning. This just into the newsroom. There's been a crash on Highway 97 near Avery Drive. This is a live look. A car into the ditch there. We understand it is just a single vehicle, and the IMSA is on the scene. The vehicle is down in that ditch. However, the driver was able to get out. He's being checked out on the scene. We'll continue to update you on that. And the other big breaking news story along the Turner Turnpike there in Creek County near Sapulpa, where a semi has crashed and leaving behind at least 1 fatality. We're live on the scene with an update coming up after this break. Stay with us.
We continue to follow breaking news. Eastbound lanes of the Turner Turnpike, one lane now shut down after a fiery crash involving a semi-truck just a short time ago. We've confirmed that one person has been killed in this accident. They fear there could be another fatality. That has not been confirmed. But right now, one lane is shut down there, and then the road below it, the New Sepulpa Road, shut down completely.
That semi was hauling produce and apparently crashed early this morning. And as Rich just mentioned, one confirmed dead, another possible fatality associated with that. Now, the Highway Patrol Trooper Durant, the public information officer who spoke to us moments ago, is suggesting that if it's going to be a while before they get this all cleared away, at least until noon. So the rush hour will be impacted while the Turner Turnpike is still open and available. There is this one lane eastbound. It is that road below New Sepulpa Road or Route 66 heading into Sepulpa. So if that is your way this morning, a commute that you might take to work, you'll need to find an alternate route because that is going to be shut down for a while. And one of the other things they're working on now is just the condition of the bridge itself. Has it been damaged in any way? So there's a whole lot to do. The Emmy will be heading out there, of course, to check out that scene and investigate, but also they'll be just checking out the structure of the bridge itself. And again, that's going to be a problem, at least they say at this point, until noon at least. We'll continue to cover this story, have the very latest. Reporter Joseph Holloway is on the scene gathering new details, and we'll have more coming up after the break. Stay with us. Well, we do have a storm advisory today. Alan Crone's going to keep us updated on our severe weather that may be headed our way this Memorial Day weekend. Also, breaking traffic news on the Turner Turnpike right now. A fiery crash, a fatal crash. One person confirmed dead. We will have a live report. And the breaking news in Sand Springs, a car into a ditch. This is Highway 97 and Highway 51. They're on Avery Drive. We're live on the scene with the latest on that car and the driver inside. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. 5:30 now on your Friday. We're glad you're with us. I'm Leanne Taylor.
I'm Rich Lenz. We'll get over to Alan Crone. There's a threat of weather heading our way this morning.
Yeah, again today, we're going to keep the probability somewhat high. Some folks will still miss out. The parameters are still there for some showers and storms even this morning. Now, we had showers and storms last night near the area, but a lot of folks still missed out. Here's Tulsa, Skiatook, Claremore. We're dry right now. A batch that went north of us. There's another area to the south. Some of that is extending northward to near and south of Oklahoma City. And there's a big batch of thunderstorms across North Texas this morning. I'll show you that in case you're making the drive to Dallas in a couple of minutes. 70 right now, south wind at 9. The barometer is falling. Hour by hour forecast, we're in the 60s and 70s. Not quite as muggy this morning as yesterday. Low chance now and about a 50-50 opportunity between 10 and noon. A lower chance right after the noon hour, a temperature of 82. And then between 6 and 9 o'clock tonight, another chance for some of the storms. Some folks will miss out, but there will be an opportunity, and a few of those could end up being severe. Some better news for part, but not all of the weekend. Details in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Alan. There has been a terrible accident on the Turner Turnpike. One lane now eastbound shut down there. Semi-truck bursting into flames. One person inside that truck has been confirmed to have died.
Joseph Holloway's been on the scene for us, talking with the Highway Patrol. He joins us now with more details and this dramatic video from the scene. Joseph?
Yeah, guys, so first of all, I just want to exactly explain what happened. It was here along Interstate 44, and you can see what eastbound. It was right here near 57th West Avenue. The truck, and this is from OHP, the truck was headed eastbound when the left tire ended up going over the wall, and the truck fell onto Route 66 below, and as a result, they are confirming that one person is dead after this accident, and OHP believes there might be a second person, but that is not confirmed yet. They are not sure as to whether there is another death in this accident. Now, they say that the semi was actually hauling produce, and the witness is saying that there may have been a blowout, but again, they cannot confirm that at all just yet. Now, the truck, it caught fire, and the smoke has calmed down considerably here in just the last few minutes, but again, one person dead as a result of this crash, and we're still working to get more details. OHP is telling us they're not exactly sure what happened, how it happened, but they're working to get those details, and as soon as we find those out, we'll get those to you. Guys?
And again, Joseph, have they given you a sense of a timeline, for example, that New Sapulpa Road 66, how long that's going to be shut down?
All we've heard from Trooper Durant of OHP, he's saying it will be closed for a while. So if you usually take this way every morning, prepare to take a different route. If you're trying to come this way now, I can tell you you're definitely not going to be able to get through here. So make sure to take an alternate route if at all possible, because you have the westbound lanes here of Route 66 closed, and then of course right here on Interstate 44, just coming off the Turner Turnpike, you have one lane that is still shut down, so traffic is just a little bit slower this morning.
And obviously, Joseph, they're going to have to check the integrity of that bridge before they're able to let motorists go back on there, so it could be quite some time.
That's right. They're going to have an engineer come out, and they're going to check out exactly what the bridge is looking like at this point. But again, that cab is actually up against the column of the bridge. So, if there was damage to the bridge, we definitely would not be surprised. But again, we don't know that just yet.
Okay, Joseph, and again, those flames, when you look at those incredible flames, you think perhaps he was carrying something flammable, but again, it was a produce truck that was strictly just from the fuel that was aboard that semi-truck. We appreciate it. Of course, we'll be checking back with Joseph throughout the morning. But that's not the only issue out there.
No, let's take a look at the morning commute. Some folks, obviously, the Route 66 situation is going to be closed for quite some time. But also, as we look at the overview map, we want to tell you there's been an accident, a single car vehicle that's gone off into a ditch. This is along Avery Drive and Highway 97. This is a live look. The car there off in the ditch to the right of the screen. We understand the driver was able to get out. Emergency crews are there. They are checking out the driver, and we understand that they do believe that the injuries are not life-threatening. So we'll continue to monitor that. That's going to cause a problem over there. But Owasso to I-44 is 11 minutes. Highway 169 to downtown, 7 minutes. And on 244, and if you're on 75 from 71st to downtown, it'll take you 7 minutes.
Well, of course, this is the Memorial Day weekend. AAA estimating more Americans will be driving this Memorial Day than they have in several years.
All that driving will be easier on your pocketbook. More than it has been in about a decade. Dave Davis takes a look at the low gas prices here in the Tulsa area. Dave?
The lowest gas prices that we've seen in Tulsa so far this morning here at the Flying J and at the Quick Trip here in East Tulsa. So the Flying J at Admiral and 129th, Quick Trip at Admiral and 165th. And look at that, there's 205 this morning. AAA, as you mentioned, this Memorial Day weekend, more people will be traveling, according to AAA, than they have since 2005, and 90% of those people are going to be driving it. So nationally, these are the lowest Memorial Day weekend average gas prices in 10 years. And according to Gas Buddy, they haven't been this low in Tulsa for this holiday weekend since about 2009. The website shows that the average price per gallon around Tulsa, it's been generally rising in recent weeks, but is still at $2.13 a gallon. Reporting live in Tulsa, Dave Davis, News on 6.
Okay, Dave, thank you very much.
Well, CBS News estimates Donald Trump now has more than enough delegates to clinch the Republican nomination for president.
345 days after he announced his run for the White House, the billionaire businessman celebrating his locking up that GOP nomination with a Big Mac, we're told, aboard his private jet. Two North Dakota delegates were Ted Cruz supporters originally, but they switched their allegiance Thursday morning.
I asked them, how many delegates do you have? And they said they were sitting at 1235. And I said, let me let you talk to 1236.
He's the only person that appears to be left in the battle, and so I decided to be that 1237.
So in what would be an unprecedented move, have you heard this? Trump and Bernie Sanders say they are considering facing off in a primetime debate that would exclude the Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton, who says she doesn't want to take part in that. Well, they're a very big name in steakhouses coming to Tulsa. Ruth's Chris confirming that it's opening its first Oklahoma location. That'll be inside the Margaritaville at the River Spirit Casino. The restaurant should open in mid-December, about the same time as the 27-story hotel and resort. The restaurant will take up most of the lower level, have seating for 250 people in the dining area, and then another 150 in the lounge.
Well, Blake Shelton says plans are brewing for the building that used to house the Pink Pistol. He has confirmed he purchased this on social media, but wouldn't say exactly what he's planned to do with that shop there in Tishomingo. You know, of course, his ex-wife Miranda Lambert announcing that she was closing her store and moving its headquarters to her hometown of Lindale, Texas.
The time is 5:38. Get it over to Alan. And Alan, last night, I guess we pretty much dodged the bad stuff, but there may be more on the way.
Yeah, we did. We had a big batch of showers and storms, north, west, south. And the south batch interrupted the flow of moisture into our area, and that was a good thing last night. Today, there is another batch south of us. It's kind of doing the same thing right now. Let me kind of show you what's happening here. First of all, with Tulsa International, we'd have some clouds across the area. So thunderstorms north of us. Last night, we had a little bit to the west and then to the south. This is another round this morning that's ongoing across North Texas. So we're currently dry, but we do have to keep a chance again today for showers and storms. I'm going to divide this up into two potential rounds. The first one would be this morning, the second one this afternoon and tonight. Now, this is a lot of rain across North Texas. The majority of this is moving east, but some of it will try to expand slightly to the north-northeast. So this morning, some of that might get closer into the metro. Here's Tulsa and Owasso and Ooltewah. We're dry right now. And again, to the south, it's still dry around the I-40 corridor region. So here's an hour-by-hour outlook. Now through the 8 o'clock hours, mainly cloudy and mild. The temperatures upper 60s and lower 70s with south winds. Probably going to be dry for almost all locations. Between 8 and noon, there will be a chance for some rain and some scattered showers and storms near the area. The higher opportunity may end up just south of Tulsa during this time period, but we will have a chance. Around noon to 3, we're going to warm up. That's when we go into the upper 70s and lower 80s. We're in a holding pattern at this point. And then around the 4 p.m. hour to about 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, there could be another line of storms that will develop near or west of the metro. That would be near I-35 and moving eastward. This weekend, we'll have fewer storms, but there will be a few. And today, tonight, and for part of the weekend, we still have at least a mention for a few strong to severe storms. 70 right now, south wind at 9, and that's for the metro. Your hometown temperatures upper 60s and lower 70s, southern Oklahoma, southern Kansas, and it is not as muggy as it was yesterday at this hour. So this morning, low probability. Now, around the 10 to noon hour, It's a 50-50 opportunity. Some folks will, others will not. 78 at noon. Then kind of quiet early afternoon between 6 and 9, roughly between 4 and 9 o'clock. That's when the next window of opportunity starts to open up. So we're going to divide it with 2 rounds today. Here's Saturday, the morning low 68 and a high of 87. There will be a few isolated storms, especially in eastern Oklahoma. Sunday, a slight mention, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Rich, this is another storm system approaching. It will bring at least some scattered showers and storms, but we may see the end of the tunnel here by the end of next week. It might start to change.
Here's what I want to see. I just want to see a sun with no cloud attached.
That might be a while.
But it looks like it's going to be a while. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here. We do have the breaking news on the Turner Turnpike. This is near Sapulpa. A fiery crash involving a semi-truck. We've got plenty of road closures in that area. 1 person confirmed dead. We'll have more details after the break. We have major breaking news this morning. Part of it involves the weather. Actually, 2 systems we need to be aware of today. The first one could arrive sometime this morning. Alan Crone standing by to give you all of the details on that.
And the other breaking news is 1 lane of eastbound Turner Turnpike near West 61st Street shut down due to the semi crash, and it is a fatality. It originally caught fire, and crews have that all under control, but it is causing a backup on the roadways and certainly an investigation into what happened. Let's check in with Joseph Holloway. He's live on the scene. Joseph?
Yeah, guys, so OHP is saying that a semi hauling produce was actually driving eastbound here along Interstate 44 coming off the Turner Turnpike when their left tire ran up over the wall right over Sepulpa Road, and it actually caused them to fall down onto the street below. Now, again, one person is confirmed dead. There might be a second person, according to OHP, but they're not sure of that just yet. They say that a witness who was nearby, they said that they saw a blowout, but they cannot confirm that that's actually what happened. Now, the cab actually caught fire. That flame has calmed considerably. The smoke has calmed considerably here in just the last few minutes. Now, let's talk about traffic in this area. One lane is shut down headed eastbound on Interstate 44, so make sure that you're allowing extra time there. Now, as far as westbound, all the westbound lanes are open, but of course you have a lot of curious drivers, so as a result, you do have traffic slowing down considerably headed both ways. So if you usually take this route every single morning, you're going to have to make sure that you're being very aware, maybe leave a little bit earlier this morning, because just getting through this scene right now is definitely going to be it's going to require a little bit more time for most drivers out there. Guys?
Okay, Joseph, and again, those flames that we saw there were extremely, extremely intense, and I guess that is just from the diesel fuel that caught fire when that truck left the roadway.
Well, at this point, we cannot confirm that, but we can definitely say there was a lot of fire here for just about 30, 45 minutes. A lot of that has calmed down, as I said earlier. But, of course, you can actually infer that the diesel fuel, that's what's caused a lot of this. Of course, you also have some highly flammable stuff inside with produce, with lettuce, strawberries, all the stuff that was inside that semi-truck.
All right, Joseph, thank you very much, and we'll continue to monitor that. As he mentioned, New Sepulpa Road or Route 66 there, if you're going from Tulsa into Sepulpa, those lanes are shut down and you'll need to find an alternate route. That's just one of the traffic stories that we're following for you this morning. We are also on the scene. We want to show you a live look. We'll start off wide to give you an idea of where the issue is here. This is Highway 97 and Highway 51, and you can see a vehicle there left the roadway. The person inside is not inside the vehicle, and apparently the injuries to that driver are not life-threatening. And at this point in time, they're getting ready, I think, to just hook that up. There is a wrecker on scene, and they're going to pull that. That's what they're doing right now. They're getting it hooked up and pull that out there of the brush. Just a single car crash, and as Rich mentioned, the driver being treated there on the scene. Drive times from Sand Springs to Sepulpa, 13 minutes. From Sepulpa to Sand Springs, 14 minutes. And folks in Skytook, it'll take you 15 minutes to get down to downtown Tulsa.
Okay, a lot of folks have plans for the next few days. Let's get it over to Alan Crone and see if the weather is going to mess with that a bit.
Yeah, we're going to have at least a chance. And, this is the beginning of the Memorial Day holiday. Of course, it's Friday, but a lot of folks will have even today off and have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A lot of folks traveling, and already some of the big news this morning is travel incidents and accidents. So use some caution this morning. Now, the good news right now is we're in a holding pattern. There may be a few spots of sunshine early this morning, but the clouds will roll back in. Now, I'm going to show you the radar here. Currently, the metro were dry. Last night, we were dry. Yesterday afternoon, most folks were dry. We had a big batch of storms last night to the south. There is another big round of showers and storms ongoing across Texas that currently is disrupting the moisture flow into our immediate area. This is a big round of showers and storms. If you are traveling south today, if you're moving into the Dallas-Fort Worth area, if you left right now, you're still going to run into some of this, and it's heavy, heavy rainfall. Part of this is going to slide to the east-northeast this morning. See how it's trying to advance a little more in southern Oklahoma? So we're going to divide our day up into basically two halves. We have a chance this morning on the top side of this system. And then late this afternoon and tonight, the dry line, which is going to be out west, will have the potential to fire up a few showers and storms. So here's the radar again. Here's Tulsa, Bartlesville, and Pryor. And we'll be tracking this area, which is now south of Oklahoma City, to 40 into 44, and that's moving east-northeast. So let's check out the future view this morning here. We do have a low chance for some showers and storms around 8 to 9, and then it kind of comes up a little bit. So the first window is basically between 8 and noon. Then the second chance, roughly speaking, between 4 p.m. and about 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Not in all locations today, but muggy and warm again, and there will be a chance for some of the storms to be strong to severe. Metro temperatures this afternoon about 80. 83 Sand Springs, 83 in Bixby, and 80 in Claremore. So hour by hour, here comes the north end of that batch that I just showed you. Between 9, 10, and noon, it may be near or just south of the metro. Then it moves away. So this is the early afternoon. We get a break. The temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s. 3, 4, 5 o'clock, still somewhat calm. But then just west of us, storms trying to develop along the dry line. This is between 3 and 4 o'clock. These storms will develop and try to move east into our area late this afternoon and tonight. Between 9 and 10, it probably is east of Tulsa, and between 10 and 2, it'll push out of far eastern Oklahoma. This is early Saturday morning. Temperatures will start in the upper 60s. Saturday afternoon, most folks will be dry for most of the day, but there will be a chance for a few spotty showers and storms Saturday afternoon, generally east of the metro, and our temperatures Saturday would climb back into the mid-80s. So we still have an opportunity coming up today. The hour-by-hour forecast, we're dry right now. The chance will be increasing to about a 50-50 opportunity between 10 and noon. The highest chance would be just south of Tulsa. Then between the 4 and 9 o'clock hour, that's when the chance ramps back up, and some of those storms may end up being strong to severe. This system slowly pushes east, but it never changes the air mass. We're still going to be basically warm and muggy this weekend. We have a second disturbance that will be arriving Monday and Tuesday, and this will spread another chance for showers and storms. A very active weather pattern now for the second week in a row. But we do see some light at the end of the tunnel by around Wednesday or Thursday. A cold front, a real deal cold front, could be approaching. That would bring drier air and some stable air for a couple of days late next week.
All right, Alan, thank you. As we approach the 6 o'clock hour, we continue to follow this breaking news, a deadly semi crash there on the Turner Turnpike near Sapulpa. We'll have a live report coming up.
What does the CIA director consider the biggest threats to America?
Is ISIS coming here?
Hear the answer straight from him on 60 Minutes, Sunday.
We are back following the breaking news now. A deadly semi-truck fire. This is on the Turner Turnpike, eastbound on the Turner Turnpike near Sapulpa. Here is a look earlier. The flames are now out, as you can see on the left side of your screen. But that is what it looked like earlier. That was a semi-truck carrying a produce. Not exactly sure what happened. One eyewitness reporting perhaps it was a blown tire that led to this crash. We do know that one person has been pulled from that truck, deceased. They fear another person may be inside.
Now, it is causing some traffic issues and will for quite some time. So one of the eastbound lanes on the Turner Turnpike is closed, but folks are still able to get through there. So if your folks are coming into Tulsa from Oklahoma City or Sapulpa or some of those areas, you'll be able to get through. Westbound's totally fine. It's below, though, you can see there the fiery video on the right. It's below there where the Route 66, or a lot of people call it New Sapulpa Road, westbound lanes through there are shut down because that's where that semi has fallen down into the roadway below. So the Highway Patrol saying it will probably be noon or possibly even 2 before they're able to check on the integrity of the bridge, clear away all the debris, and do their investigation again. One person killed. They fear another may have been in that cab as well. So we'll have more details. Joseph Holloway gathering the latest from the scene, and we'll continue to follow that for us.
Okay, we got just a little time left in this hour. Let's quickly go over to Alan Crone, because the other big story today is before the morning is over, Alan, we may see storms arriving in our area.
Yeah, right now we're in a holding pattern, even just a little bit of sunshine early here, but over the next several hours, there will be an opportunity, especially here across the southern sections of the region, and then late this afternoon and tonight, another opportunity. But right now, dry and mild. Details next hour on the forecast.
All right. Thank you very much, Alan. We appreciate that. And of course, our 6 o'clock hour begins here in just a couple of minutes, and we'll continue to monitor the weather, take a look at the traffic, and our big story of the morning.
And again, the medical examiner's office, of course, will be sending people out there for this fatal accident that occurred on the Turner Turnpike. And we'll be back with much more of that. Stay with us for our 6 o'clock hour of 6 in the morning.